Hmm. Here we are. Hello and welcome back to the Read It Right show. And I get to say this after a long hiatus of 5 years. So in between, life really happened, and I couldn't talk to the wonderful people who otherwise do and come to the show and really make our time worth with their experiences, with their insights. But we are back again, and we have Shubhankar Mishra. He's a theater connoisseur, basically from Nagpur. And Shubhankar is a practitioner, is a founding member of Backstage Playmakers. It is a creative collective that explores interesting new ways of bringing theater to contemporary audiences. His group recently experimented with a format that is called the short play, which is basically a performance that is captured in one single uninterrupted take, blending the raw immediacy of stage theater with the reach of digital storytelling. This experiment was highlighted in the Times of India and basically became a part of a larger conversation of how theater is evolving in these digital times. Welcome, Shivankar, and we are really pleased to have you today with us. I have a lot of questions for you, but first of all, welcome to the show and hope
Thank
you're
you.
going to be the lucky mascot for us as the show begins after 5 years again.
Yeah, yeah, I can't guarantee that, but sure, I'll try my best. Thank you, Shobh. Thank you for
Yes,
inviting me. It's good to
right.
be on the other side of this situation. Usually, I'm hosting my own podcast, and usually I'm the one doing all the blabbering and talking and asking questions. So I'm glad that somebody has invited me to experience the other side of it. So thank you so
Right.
much for doing this, and it's a pleasure
Mhm.
talking to you.
Right. So we'll begin at the start, as they say. How did theater first enter your life, and what made you decide that this was the art form you want to stay with and pursue, seriously?
Uh, so So I have been acting since always. So I'm 30 now. And as long as I can remember, I've been acting. Maybe from the my earliest memory of acting is obviously in school plays, where like maybe I was in kindergarten or KG1 when I played Rabindranath Tagore in a play, and I pulled my beard off on stage, and to the amusement of the 500 600 people in the audience. So from then on to probably I was in I'm misremembering. I don't have great memory, but probably I was in 10th grade when I signed up for a local theater group
Hmm.
and stagecraft theater. And from then on, since the age of maybe 15 or even younger than that, I did a
Hmm.
workshop there. And from then on, I've been doing amateur theater for up until now. And
Hmm.
yeah, so it's always been like I was never a sports person. Like I was the last person to get picked up on a sports team. So I
Hmm.
think I just ended up being on stage out of
Hmm.
sheer necessity to do something during the breaks or during the physical
Hmm.
education classes. So yeah, it's really been a journey that I can't remember the initial part of. It's just always it has always been there.
Right. I, of course, first saw you in Jagriti Theatre, Bangalore, and you were doing your play called Grenade, which was a massive success. And for anyone who's interested, I highly recommend that. So, what led to the formation of that group that did that play? Basically, Backstage Playmakers. And what was the vision? What did you guys want to do?
Yeah, so until 2021 or 22, maybe around a little bit after COVID, when COVID was kind of going away, I was still part of Stagecraft Theatre, our original group. And then the activities of that theatre group kind of I think for natural due to natural reasons, maybe as you know, theater groups usually they evolve out of other theater groups, and there's
Hmm.
always like a natural flow of such groups. So that's what kind of happened there, where that stage it's still there, but you know, it kind of slowly receded back. And
Hmm.
so we are my friend and I, Onkar Khare. This is actually Backstage Playmakers is actually his idea. He
Hmm.
called me up one day. He said that listen, I still want to do theater and the kind of
Hmm.
theater that maybe earlier we have not done. So, and he wanted to do original stuff. So, Grenade, Bad Reception, the
Hmm.
two out of the three productions that we have in a theater repertoire are original pieces written
Yeah.
by Omkar. And he said that I
Hmm.
want to do them and I want to travel with them. So I said, yeah, it's your money, your problem. Go ahead. But he said,
Mm,
I want you to help me out with it. So I said, okay, fine,
mm,
sure, I'll do that. So that's kind
mm,
of how it started. I think in 2000, again, my bad with dates and stuff, but maybe,
mm,
so Grenade was our first production. So the rehearsal period of it was when we started. So
mm.
when did you saw it in 2025?
25, yeah, 25.
25, yeah. So
Mm.
maybe late 2024 is when we started. So we're a pretty
Oh.
young, very
Mm,
infant theater company, 1.5
mm,
years old or something like that.
mm, mm,
So it
mm,
actually started because we still wanted to do theater.
mm. Right. So basically, I touched upon the concept of short play a little bit
Yeah.
during the introduction, but for the benefit of the audience, if you could, give us an overview and how is it different for you behind the screens, and how is it different, as an experience? Because theater, it sort of thrives on live reaction, live audience reactions.
Yeah, yeah. So, in
Mm,
fact, I'll add to this that there are two things that we have introduced so far that we feel are somewhat novel. So,
mm,
one is, of course, short play. Is just a
mm,
like is just a play on the word short play, but we
mm,
shoot it and we do it in a 9:16 Instagram kind of a setup. And so the
mm,
idea is that we use the camera as a view of the audience where there will be no intercutting, and even if there is intercutting, it will be shot live. So
okay. Mm,
so the actors performing that scene will have a rehearsal space and then they will
mm,
perform it live. But
mm.
so if, for example, a character takes 5 seconds of pause between two dialogues, we'll keep it because
Oh.
we'll think of it like a live recording of what happened that day on the stage or in that situation. So
Mm,
that's a great way to kind of, I guess, tell stories uh which retain uh the beauty, the pauses, and the goof ups. Everything is retained in that, and we
mm,
present it with all its
mm,
imperfections. So we don't
mm,
try to, in the edit, we don't try to clean it up or try to spice it up in any way other than
mm,
maybe give transitions if there is a scene change. So we'll
mm,
take creative liberties with the scene changing and by showing maybe some some pop element to it. But other than that, so the rule with it is that if it is not possible on stage, we'll not do that effect in the edit.
ah,
So
yeah.
that's short play. And the
Mm,
other thing that we have recently introduced, for which we got the coverage in Times of India and the other
mm,
newspapers, is theater at home. So, like I mentioned earlier, since we don't have access to like cheaply available halls and auditoriums or proscenium stages or amphitheaters, so what we have started to do now is actually I live in a good location in Nagpur, like a central location in Nagpur. So I have
mm,
turned my own home, my own living room into a
mm.
theater space. So now,
Oh.
so it's called theater at home. So we
Mhm.
invite, the guest list is maybe 10% of what an audience would go into. So if a 150 seater audience, I only have 15 seats in my home, and
Mm.
we've set up a little ramp so that people can
Oh.
comfortably sit.
Mm.
And we do so, since it's a living room, we have started doing living room dramas in my
So is that a
house.
paying audience that comes?
Yeah, it's a well paying audience. So my
Mm,
ticket prices are three times the what the
mm,
regular rates are, and it's only 15 or 16 seats per show. And
mm,
so the idea is that we have zero cost of rent, zero
mm,
lighting cost, zero music cost. We use my music system in my living room. We use the lights
mm,
that are there in
mm.
in my living room.
Yeah.
So and we do more shows. So the idea is that we'll do at least 15-20 shows of a
Mm,
play, so
mm,
that and almost all that revenue turns into profit. Very
mm,
there is very few there's very less expense going
mm,
into it. So it's a lot of
mhm,
hard work for the actors, but at
mhm.
the end of the day, we break even, we make money, and we can use that money to do more plays.
Yeah. And do you also record these sessions theater at home, like you do with the short play? Do you record
No,
these ones?
so we did record one snippets of some of it for the trailer and
Mm,
for marketing purposes, but
mm,
we have decided not to record it in
mm,
general.
mm.
Also because there's already so many people in the living room. There are about 3
Yeah.
actors, 5 crew members, and 16
Mm,
audience members. And my living
mm,
room is not a very plush, big living room. It's a adequately sized normal
mm. Yeah,
living
yeah.
room. So
Mm,
there's not
mm,
enough space for cameras to be put in. Maybe we'll have to
mm,
do. Also, I think the problem is that theater doesn't look good on camera in general. Like if
mm.
I
Okay.
if I do theater the way theater is done and then put like
Mm,
cameras on it and I show
uh,
you that recording, 9 times out of 10 you'll probably know, you'll say that Arey, they are hamming, they're overacting, they're doing this. But somewhere when
yes.
you it,
Form is
it
different. Yeah. Mm,
yeah, it doesn't play that well unless and until I mean, again, that's only my opinion. I could be
mm,
absolutely wrong about it, but unless and until you're focused in, where the shot is, where the camera is, it's very difficult to kind of orchestrate a theatrical performance for the camera
mm.
and for it
So,
to work.
for the short plays, where did you stream these basically? On your YouTube, or is there a platform?
No. So it's everything is on Instagram, made for Instagram, made for the 9 by
Okay.
16 format. So
Oh.
initially, when we were little, we were not sure about how to go about it. We
Mm,
shot 15 minutes or 20 minutes of three short plays of 15 or 20 minutes each. Now we're kind of turning that time even
ah,
less and less to make sure that the
it
algorithm
fits
kind of
the yeah.
the
Mm,
pushes the video, and the prerogative is not on the actors and the cast members to kind of promote it. That algorithm will do it naturally.
yeah. I mean, like, because you've done theater the traditional way also, I mean, uninterrupted long takes are really not a problem. But when you're doing it for the camera, are there any differentiated creative or technical challenges that you face?
No, not really. The only challenge that one faces is that actors are a little skeptical about keep oh, we're shooting it in an actual hall, but there's no audience, and we're doing it for a
Mm,
camera.
mm,
So
mm,
there's only maybe some creative questioning that the actors do, but other than that, it
mm,
doesn't change much.
mm,
Uh, we are very clear that we want to present recorded theater
mm,
for the audiences. I think once one knows that they're watching a recording of a theater performance,
mm.
makes it easier for them to understand the context of whatever is happening on screen,
Yeah.
and they don't
Mm,
feel like that this is hamming or something like that. So it's very important
mm,
to give that clarity to the audience that listen, you're watching a recorded performance. But this is not a micro drama. This is not a meme reel or something
or a
like that.
feature, yeah.
Yeah, and also
Mm,
we're not making comedies. At
mm,
least intentionally, we're not trying to make comedies. We're trying to present the other aspects of theater as well, be it
mm,
drama or psychological thriller or
yeah.
musical. So we have singers in our group, so they sing
Mm.
during the performance, and I
Oh,
mean it's all
nice.
there on our Instagram. You can see.
Mm, mm. So, this year specifically, what kind of stories are you excited about? What kind of writing or direction are you excited about this year?
So we are very excited that first of all we are having houseful shows of Sonata, our latest production, which is a Mahesh
Mm,
Elkonchwar written uh, play that we got in his permission to do,
mm,
and we've been running houseful shows of it. This is our
mm,
so the on 11th and 12th of April, the upcoming dates for the 4th and 5th run of the show. We already have sold out our tickets a month prior.
wow.
Partly because there are only 16 people per show, but also it's very expensive. So it's not everybody can buy a 750 rupee ticket to watch a
Yeah.
theater performance in Nagpur.
Mm,
But we've been
mm,
doing it successfully, and we're very happy about that. We're very
mm,
happy for what, and we are excited to do maybe sonata shows of Sonata in other cities as well,
mm,
because we've
mm,
gotten some great reviews, not only for the setup that we're doing it in at home, but also for the
mm,
play. The play itself
mm,
has kind of struck a chord with the audiences, and it's not a
mm,
comedy, it's not a tragedy even. It's a bittersweet
mm,
kind of a very real life scenario of these three women who live together in an urban city.
Yeah.
So we're very excited for Sonata. We're
Mm.
also, by God's grace, we have some money now. So we are actually thinking of for
Mm.
better production as well, a
Mm.
bigger production as well, and we are
Mm.
excited to adapt maybe some Shakespeare play. So we're constantly reading Shakespeare and
Mm.
trying to see what are the kind of productions and how can we contemporize them, because they're
Yeah.
out of that copyright thing, right? So you can do
Mm.
Shakespeare any which ways. So because
Mm.
of that, we're thinking, how can we maybe adapt a Merchant of Venice, or how can we adapt a
Mm.
Julius Caesar? So we're constantly having these debates and discussions. And also we are very excited about the workshops that we're doing. So we teach
Yeah, I've seen
acting.
that. Mm. Mm.
Yeah, so we teach acting, we teach playwriting. So
Mm.
we have done some collaborations with with a college here recently.
Mm.
Now we're
Mm.
excited to go into some schools as well, and maybe
Mm.
show little kids, or when I was 12 years old, if I would
Mm.
have gotten that kind of a guidance at that time. So I'm trying to bridge
Mm.
that gap for
Mm.
schools as well. So we're excited about a
Mm.
lot of things we're
Mm.
constantly meeting, and over maybe a cup of coffee, we're trying to figure out what else can we do, what else can
Mm.
we, and obviously we're excited to maybe go to Bombay, and by God's
Mm.
grace, if we get a chance, we can perform at Prithvi and NCPA again.
Oh,
That will be
nice.
great.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So fingers
So
crossed.
fingers crossed. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
delving a little deeper into basically your creative process, what really strikes you the most when a first idea, freshly comes to you? Is it the idea? Is it the character? Or is it like the kind of message the play or the story gives? What
So are you
really
talking
strikes
about
you?
writing the play, or getting into the character?
No, writing wise.
So I think that's a question that Onkar can answer better, since he's the
Hmm.
writer between the two of us.
Hmm.
But I would say that, I mean, if I could borrow his uh,
Hmm.
mind for a second, I
Hmm.
think it's for us, for a very long time, it has been not the idea or the concept, but the logistics, because
Ah,
the first thing
okay.
one thinks of in theater is किधर करेंगे? अभी कहाँ जाएँगे इसको लेके? What are you saying? How will you get this effect done? What is happening?
Hmm.
So for a very long time, we've just been, struggling with the logistics of it. So now
Hmm.
it's the reverse. Now what we think is, okay, I have this space. I know I can seat so many people here. I have that
Hmm.
space. I can
Hmm.
have these many people there.
Hmm.
We know, having done Sonata, we know that this works. So
Hmm.
what else can we do in this space? That is because for us, our kind of theater is naturalistic theater.
Hmm.
It can be absurd also.
Right.
Absurdist, naturalistic is what I mean. Those are the two buckets that I'd put our theater
Labels.
in.
Yeah.
And so therefore, spaces are not that relevant, but also it's important that whatever space we choose is also realistic. So
For
it's
the
kind of
story.
this for the
Ah,
story. It should
okay.
suit the story. Although it's
Hmm.
even if it's a barren stage, that's all right. We can mime out a lot of things, but it should fit the ambience and the environment of the story. So now we are actually doing it the other way around, where we're trying to figure out that what is available to us and what can we do with it.
Hmm.
So for example, now we know that we have this cafe space available to us, because this
Hmm.
cafe is, the owner of that cafe has been God
Hmm.
sent, and he's been helping us. So now
Hmm.
we've kind of been trying to reverse engineer that. Oh, can I write a thriller that is based in a cafe,
Oh,
where there
nice.
is a murder in a cafe, or in a coffee roastery? Can that be a
Hmm.
story? So that's
Hmm.
how we've started to figure
Reverse
these things
engineer.
out. Reverse
Yeah.
engineer things out of what we have.
Hmm. Yeah, that's good. I mean, also theater is often seen as an art form which is very strongly rooted in the physical space. I mean, you are sort of constrained. You're not constrained. That's the feature of the art form
Yeah,
basically, and
yeah,
the
yeah,
live audience also. But like, do
yeah.
you really think like in the age of OTT or like thumb scrolling content, endless scrolling, do you think in your experience people still do they care about theater? And you've extensively traveled for your theater. So which city amongst the ones that you performed in has given you a response that's stayed with you basically? There's a lot of OTT, there's a lot of thumb scrolling
Right.
content.
So I
Mm,
think I shared this story also very recently on my
mm,
Instagram,
mm.
where it said that theater is perhaps the most AI proof art form
Yeah,
out there.
yeah.
So because it will require you to come out of your screen and sit there, maybe in a
Mm,
dimly lit room which is not well ventilated also, and
mm,
sweat it out to watch this actor perform under one bulb on a stage. And
mm,
that noise, that irritation of that sweat on your body, or the that I can't hear this actor perform properly because the acoustics are not proper, it's not well ventilated, it's smelly or something like that. That noise is the feature. It's not a bug, it's a feature, because
right.
that
Mm,
forces you to focus right onto what is happening on stage. So
mm,
I feel that it's an antidote to doom scrolling, or to OTT content, or to AI, or to
mm,
all these things that are happening on screens, including this. I mean, our podcast here,
mm,
although it's happening on a
mm.
screen, but it's an antidote to short form content, right? So
Yeah,
I
yeah,
feel
yeah.
that I feel that everything that is any entertainment that happens outside a screen, theater is the pinnacle of it. So I think, if anything, its relevance is going to increase in the future, not decrease.
Right.
So that's number one. And
Mm,
regarding your second question, I
mm,
think the city that has surprised us the most is hands
mm,
down our own city, Nagpur, because uh,
mm,
for a very long time we felt that theater was an act of slowly losing money. That's, I mean,
mm,
there's absolute profitability. Chodo, there is, you break even is a celebration. That, oh, I put 1 lakh rupees and I made it back. So that's a
mm.
celebration. That's reason for you to throw a party. So we didn't want that. And the fact that in the last year, by God's grace, touchwood, thu, that we have been making money. I mean, barely. It's still peanuts. But the fact that we are in a plus, despite
Mm,
having done 3 productions, we are still today at a plus. That is surprising, and nobody expects that to. I mean, we didn't expect that to do in Nagpur, because we are a very niche theater group. We are not doing Ramayan or Mahabharat, or we're not doing the kind of things that usually are or Marathi theater that work,
mass.
that
Yeah.
mass. We are not doing mass. We're doing English theater, tragedy,
Mm,
comedy, bittersweet. So it's
mm,
very, it's a uh, uh, finite group of people that we attract, and so in
mm,
that, to make money is very surprising for us. And from a audience point of view, of course, I think anybody who has performed in at Prithvi will say that getting a
mm,
standing ovation at Prithvi is probably a highlight. So yeah, so Prithvi has been a wonderful experience performing there. I think I performed there last in 2021, but before that I had a run of it in 2019 or 18, something like that, where we had a
mm,
full house, and it received great appreciation. I think
mm,
it was very interesting performing at the experimental stage at NCPA. I think it
mm,
was very heartening to perform at the Gaiety Theatre in Shimla.
mm.
We performed for the army, so that was a very, very
Yeah.
erudite experience performing for the army, and then
Mm,
being invited to their
mm,
cocktail party later on. And so it was
mm.
for young actors. It was extremely awe inspiring to see the kind of
Mm,
lifestyles those army officers enjoy, and for them to appreciate our acting. That was great. And Gaiety Theatre is obviously one of the iconic theaters of
iconic.
of India, so it was
Mm,
very nice to perform there.
mm, mm, mm. So, like financially, would you say you are now sustainable? The theater is sustainable, or is it still like the founders having to pump money from time to time into it?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
how is
yeah,
it?
exactly. So from a financial point of view, that's the historically that has been the case, that the founder pumps in their money and sustains the craft just for the sake of craft, or
Mm,
gets some kind of a charitable input from maybe the other rich folks
mm.
in the city, and
Yeah.
or we depend on sponsors. We get toothpaste brands or dental brands or the or other cafes or there's some barter happening or something like that.
Mm,
And Omkar and I had a discussion about this, and we said that we'll not go for sponsorship. We'll not do it.
mm,
As a
right.
rule, we'll not do sponsorship. As a rule, we'll not go for grants or all these things.
Yeah,
And let's do theater that makes money, and whatever money we make, we'll invest that, and that will be the budget for the next production.
for the next
Nobody
one.
will,
Yeah,
so still I don't take any money, Omkar doesn't take any money, and we don't give any money to the cast and crew. But all the money
right.
that comes in
Hmm.
goes into doing further productions.
Right. So all of you, I mean, most of you, you do have your day jobs, and then this is something you do,
Yeah, yeah. It's
stealing
still
time from
amateur.
your own.
Yeah, it's amateur.
Mm,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
mm, mm,
Although we have full-time actors now associated with us who are jobbing
mm,
actors, but
mm,
they still hang out with us and they still do productions with us. So, for
mm,
example, the second production that we did, Bad Reception, that
mm.
had I think two jobbing actors that had. So that
Okay.
play had and we now have singers also. So they are jobbing singers also. That they'll have
Mm,
they are engineers on daytime and then amazing singers, and they'll be performing with the who's who of Bollywood also. But
mm,
yeah, so we have these people who have different crafts and different skills, and they keep working with
mm,
us. I think partly to improve their skill, and partly I think
mm.
because we love hanging out with each other. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. You know, so for someone who's a new kid on the block, would you say the theater, there's any money in theater, or is this unfortunately going to be one of those things that's probably best reserved for people who are coming from a background of privilege or a position of
N-
privilege?
No, 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 no. So
Mm,
both things are true. Uh,
mm,
to finance theater, you need to be from a place of privilege. To
mm,
perform theater, you need one act. Theater only needs one actor and one audience member. That is it. That is
mm,
complete theater is one actor, one audience.
mm,
So even if you are, I mean, from a lower middle class family or somebody who's not uh, not that well to do, I would recommend you doing theater
mm,
because that will help alleviate a lot of your stress. Because when you're
mm,
acting, you leave your stresses and your life behind, and you enter into somebody else's world. It's like
mm, mm,
therapy. So definitely, it's very useful. Maybe you will make a career out of it, maybe you won't, but doing theater is doing, like, you can do it recreationally as well. I
mm,
mean,
mm.
if you're poor, that doesn't stop you from playing cricket on the streets, right? So it's exactly the idea
Exactly.
is that
Mm,
you can still do theater, but don't expect it to make money out of it. I think it should be
mm,
an accident. I think it should be a byproduct of you doing theater. I don't think one
mm.
should get in expecting to be a rich theater artist. I think that's an oxymoron.
Yep.
Yeah,
Well put.
yeah, yeah,
That is an oxymoron. Yeah.
yeah,
And so we have reached to the final question. So I'm
yeah.
going to put this to you. So if someone in your audience watches, just one of your plays and walks away with just one feeling, idea, or thought, what would you hope that feeling, idea, or thought is?
And that's a good question, because that's a
Mm,
question that even we struggle with a lot. That
mm,
and that's a question that we pose each other as well, that what do you want this story to tell? And I think at the end of the
mm,
day, if the audience takes away exactly what you wanted to give to them and they understood it, and
mm,
sometimes what happens is that with theater, people come out and they say, I didn't get it. What was the point of that?
mm,
What was she saying? What was
mm,
he saying? What was that about? Oh, this happened. So I
mm,
think as long as you were able to communicate the text
mm,
and people understood the subtext, and they took
mm,
away the text and the subtext, that is a win.
mm,
Then, because oftentimes a performance does not end with claps or laughters, and it
mm,
shouldn't. Or, a tragedy doesn't necessarily end with with people leaving with tears in their eyes.
mm,
It is very true that people will enjoy a performance and enjoy it quietly. Like, I know people
mm,
who, like with Sonata also,
Hmm.
People have come in and they've just been just stuck, like they're frozen. And then 2 days later, the person will text me saying, "Oh, it was,
Mm.
one of the best performances I've ever seen. I don't know why I could not give you any, like, I couldn't even clap. I couldn't even do anything. Like, they will obviously clap because they want the actors to feel good. But then they said that when you asked me for a review, I had no words. I was lost for words. So even that's a very good reaction, that an audience was just left spellbound or out of words to say, and they did not know how to process so much feeling, and they took a few days to process that. Even that's a compliment. So I think whatever the intention was, if that gets communicated to the audience, whether it be comedy or tragedy or something in the middle, plus whatever the subtext was, if that gets communicated, I think then your job is done. If at the end of the day, it's information transfer, right?
Yeah.
If I put it in
Yeah.
very clear media terms, it's information
Mm.
transfer. So I
Mm.
want to communicate the dots and I want to communicate the gaps. That is it.
Okay. Yeah. And you're happy if that happens.
Yeah, as
Mm.
long as you put your point across and people got it, I think that's your job is done. One should not expect uh, a standing ovation every time.
Yes. 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 So unfortunately, we have come to an end of the
Yes.
fascinating last half hour. I guess I've learned so much about theater in this last half an hour that I don't think it would have been possible otherwise. It's like a crash course. So thank you, Shubhankar, for your time and for your insights. And definitely would also like to meet with other members of the team, Omkar and the
Yeah,
rest.
yeah,
I'm sure we'll get to it as well. Thank you
yeah.
for your time. I hope you guys really enjoyed the episode. So thank you.
Thank you so much for inviting me, Shobh. It's been a pleasure, and I'm usually accustomed to an hour or 2 hours of conversation. So I've done
Mhm.
podcasts over 2.5 hours as well. So this
Wow.
was a very, very quick experience for me. So the fact that
Yeah.
we're coming to an end 33 minutes into a conversation is little,
Yeah.
a little
Disconcerting.
surprise. Yeah,
Yeah.
a little surprising for me. But I'm happy
Uh,
that this conversation happened. I think it's
yeah.
every artist's dream to talk about their art, even though they may pretend that they don't want to talk about it. But I think
Uh,
every actor, every artist wants to speak about what
yeah.
they do and how they think. And the fact that you've given me this opportunity, I'm very grateful for that. You're a great host. I
No.
had a lovely
Thank you.
conversation talking to you. Your questions were also very nice. So
Mm.
thank you so much and good luck for this podcast. I hope
Of course.
uh, I hope that this podcast kills it and gets a lot of views or whatever it is that you want
Yeah.
this podcast to do for you. I hope it does that. And thank you so
Yeah.
much for inviting me once again, man.
Thank you. I just want to talk to lovely people like yourself on Sunday
And yeah,
afternoons.
if you're in Nagpur sometime, please let me know.
Yes.
We'll definitely catch
Yes.
up. We'll
Yes.
go for
Yes.
some coffee and I'll introduce you to the other people as well.
Yes. 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 And definitely look forward to maybe Sonata playing somewhere in Jagriti
Yeah,
Theatre in
yeah, yeah.
Bangalore.
Let's
Yeah.
see. Let's see. It's spaces like Jagriti that make a lot of things possible, right? Because they're giving the space for a subsidized rate, and that's what we
Definitely.
hope one day. That the dream is that we also have a space like that.
Mm.
That gives us international infrastructure at a subsidized rate, so that we can do the kind of craft that we have always intended on doing sustainably. That's the
Yeah.
idea.
True.
Anyway,
And
that's a
yeah,
long
we can only
conversation.
hope
Yeah,
for that. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
thank you so
Yes.
much, man. Thank you. Lovely
Thank you.
talking to you.
Thank you. Thank you.